Good morning, all. Mary Bulger here, naturalist with Iowa County Conservation, and I want to welcome you to our virtual nature craft series. Today we are going to be making some natural ice ornaments, and with this nature craft, it's a great one because you not only can go outdoors and collect things that you find out in nature, but then you can make a craft, put them back outside to attract wildlife like birds and different things to view. You can place them outside windows or out in your yard and places that you usually gather or play to attract that wildlife there for wildlife viewing and watching. So these, I made a variety of some of the nature ice ornaments today. They're really simple and easy and fun to make. Use a ice cube tray, or you could use any sort of little plastic container too. But this is basically what they look like. This one is made with some tiny crab apples. Another really great thing that you can use are various types of bird seed. Those that will especially attract those birds and things. So here I made one with some thistle, or you could use sunflower seed and that various millets and things like that. So a seed mix. You could use cracked or whole corn, or a mix of peanuts are good too. And then a white seed called safflower, which is really similar to sunflower seeds that a lot of birds like. So I made a few different kinds, varieties there. With these, again, it's totally up to you what you're using in these. You're going to use your own creativity to do that. So I'm just going to quickly go over the materials you'll need, and then kind of do a demonstration and kind of show you how to do that. So what you're going to need is a ice cube tray. They work really well with those big ice cubes, or you could use little plastic containers, little bowls, whatever you can either put outside to freeze, or you can put them in your freezer inside as well. You're going to need things to put inside those containers. So today I have more of those little crab apples I'm going to make for my demonstration. I have some sunflower seeds, which birds and other wildlife, a lot of them really like, some black oil sunflower. I have a mix of peanuts again. I have some cracked sunflower, so it's just the sunflower hearts here that you can use without the hull. I have some corn here. I have some of that safflower, those white shelled seeds, very similar to sunflower. And then I have some thistle, or sometimes called Niger also. All of those are seeds that will really attract the birds or the wildlife to your yard, but you can use other things that you find out in nature. So seeds that you can go collect from grasses, from flowers, also acorns and different kinds of small nuts that you can find outside. It'll be a really fun thing for you and the family to go do, collect those things, go for a walk, come back in and make these to put out in your yard. So really simple. Oh, a few other things that you'll need. You'll need some kind of something to hang those things with. So I just have some simple twine here. Yarn would work, string would work, anything really like that would work. You're gonna need some scissors to cut those, and then a spoon to kind of spoon those things into your ice cube tray, and then just a little bit of water, not really too much water. So I'm going to start by cutting my strings. I've cut a few of them here. I have 8 empty spots that I'm going to make 8 additional ornaments here. So I've cut 2 already. And I would say that you can cut your strings, depending on how you're going to hang them or how long you want them, maybe about 4 or 5 inches. I like to have a good strong string, because then you can hang them on shrubs, on trees, on areas maybe that you have other bird seed or bird feeders. So I'm going to cut a few of those here, a few additional anyway. And you can either do this of one of two ways. You can just stick the ends in when you get your materials in there, and they'll freeze and it'll be fine. Or you can tie a knot. It just provides so it's a little bit more secure in your with your ornament. Okay, so just tie a simple knot just like that. So what you want to do now is choose what you're going to put in for some of your ornaments. So I'm going to make a couple with my little crab apples here. And what you do is fill it most of the way full. And you can have some things sticking out of the top. Let me fill a couple of these so you can kind of see what I'm talking about here. And then the next step that you're going to do is put your water in those little containers. So you can see I'm over the top. You don't have to be totally under. It's sticking out just a little bit. Then I'm going to take my water and I usually like to use a little cup like this that has a little bit of water, not a big pitcher, because you don't need to put really too much in there, just enough to fill the cracks. And what you can do is just kind of drizzle it in there kind of slowly and fill it up to about the top. Your seed or whatever you have is going to move around a little bit, and that's fine. Things can be sticking out at the top. They'll stick on there, or you might lose a few things, and that's okay. So fill up that ice tray. Let's do a few more. So I'm going to use my spoon here to make a few with some of my bird seeds, some black oil sunflower seed. And I'm going to try some thistle as well, because the goldfinches that are out this time of year love the thistle, our state bird, the goldfinch, and other finches that we have. With small seeds like thistle, you can fill it all the way to the top. I'm going to make one with the safflower, those white seeds. Maybe one with the cracked sunflower hearts, no outer shell. And let's make another one with the corn. All right, so I have all of my ice cube trays filled up. I'm going to fill up the rest with water. Those ones that have smallish seeds or smallish things, again, you just want to take your strings. You want to push it down in there, and so things are going to move around a little bit. Push it down in there. When it freezes, your strings will just stay right in there. With some of the things that are a little bit bigger, so like these crab apples, it's you got to push them a little bit further down, but they will stay in. Try to get them near the center if you can. I use my spoon here to make sure they get down in there. There's that one. In my corn. Make sure they all have these cute little ornaments or these strings to hang. And one more. There we go. So what I'm going to do is set this outside and it will freeze. And then my examples here that I have are really cute. Those pre-made ones that I made. And so you can hang these outdoors, like on shrubs or trees, maybe outside a window where you do some bird or wildlife watching. You can put them near places that you hang bird feeders and things like that. These are not only will they attract wildlife to your yards, but they're also really cute, especially if you're using some pretty berries and things like this. So really neat little things that not only are beautiful, but will attract wildlife to your yard. The nature, our virtual nature wildlife ornaments are just part of our series here, our virtual craft series, I should say. I want to thank everyone for watching today. If you have any questions about what we made here today, put those in the comments. If you have any requests too for me, and if you have any requests for me, you can put those in the comments, or you can also email me at mbulger@co www.iowa.ia.us. I want to thank you very much for joining me. We'll see you next week with a new nature craft. We are going to be making, I'm trying to remember what we're going to be making. Oh, we're going to be doing ice bubbles. So a fun kind of science experiment out in the cold, making some ice bubbles. So join us next week for that. And also join us for our virtual critter series, which is every Monday morning at 10. We'll see you later. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Bye-bye.